This is Greg Kulowiec with EdTechTeacher, and this is a Google Docs video tutorial. So once you set up your Google account and you sign in, you'll be indicated in the top right-hand corner with your name. Then you need to click on the More tab in the center of the page and scroll down and click on Documents. Then you'll be brought to your Google Docs account. A Google Docs account looks very much like any other online account. In the middle, you will have all your documents, and you can scroll through and find any document you've saved within your account. So let's learn how to make a new document. On the top left, you'll simply click on Create New and choose Document. It's the first option listed. A new document is essentially a new word processing document, except you'll be creating this document online. When the document is created, the first thing you want to make note of is the title of the document. If you click on Untitled Document, you can then name your document in the center of the screen. This is crucial when using Google Documents with students because you want them to always name their document appropriately. You can see now I've named the document Test Document. Just like most word processing functions, you have basic tools across the top menu bar, and you can type in your Google document just as you would in any word processing document. Here I'll add in some test text to demonstrate how to type into Google Docs. Now once I've written in the document, what you really need to take advantage of is the ability to share. You can see by default your document will be private to you. By clicking on this function, you can see who owns the document, and that will by default be the creator. And you will see that it's listed as private by default, but you can change that setting. You can add people below by typing in their email, or you can click on Change, and you have a number of options. You can make your document public on the web, and there's no sign-in required to find your document. You can make your document public with that specific link, which is good if you want to share your document just by sharing a specific link, or you can keep your document private. Let's go back to anyone with the link, and if you notice below, there's an option to allow editing access. If you want people to be able to edit it, check off that box, and then no sign-in is required to edit your document. Once you save your choices, you'll be given a URL that's highlighted blue. If you share that URL with anyone, they'll be able to access your document and edit it because you made the function where it's open and editable. So now we're back to our document. Another way to share is by clicking on the Sharing tab on the top right-hand corner. You'll be brought to a similar screen that you saw before by clicking on that Link tab. One last feature is you can publish your Google document to the web. If you click on Publish to the web, in the middle there'll be a Start Publishing button, and you have to confirm that you'd like to publish it. Now your document, when it's finished, will be given a specific URL that you can share, or it'll also be given an embed code that you can use to embed it on any blog or website. Another way to add people to your document is by adding specific email addresses. For example, I'll add Tom DeCord to this document. Now my choices are, can he edit it or simply view the document? When your students are creating documents, you probably want them to make you have editable access. Therefore, you can leave them advice, comments, or tips throughout their paper. Now you can see that I'm the owner, and Tom can now edit this document. If he were to log into his Google Docs account, he will see it, but I can easily remove him from the document as well by Xing out his name. So there's the basics of Google Docs, and now let's see what it's like to have a live collaborative document. I've created this document, and on the right-hand corner you can see that there are multiple users on this document. Across the top, next to the name of the document, Collaborative Writing Screencasts, you can see where it says anyone with the link. So now anyone who has the link to this particular document can jump in and live edit it because I've made it openly editable, as we've covered in the previous section. So now I'm just waiting for someone to jump in and add their contribution to this openly editable document. And there we have a new user. You can see that as they add to the document, their cursor is highlighted a new unique color, which allows us to identify different users on this document. They've added some text, and I can respond back to that user, just as you and your students might go back and forth as they're writing a paper. As long as you either have the URL to the document and it's openly editable, or they've shared you as an editor, you can add text live into their document, just as we're seeing in this test document. So I'm responding with a thank you message, and we'll wait to see if our contributing editor will reply back. And there our editor is responding, and you can see quickly what it's like to have multiple people edit in one document. Now that we have some basics down, let's learn how to share a document and collaborate. So you can see in my inbox, I have a test sharing document. I'll use this as an example of how to share back and forth to multiple accounts. You can see right now I'm signed into my Gmail account. I'll add some content to this document. And next I'm going to change the sharing settings to share it with another account. I'll simply click on Private Only to Me to change the sharing settings. You can see that right now I have access, but I'm going to give another one of my Google accounts access. This is exactly what your students would do when they would add you in as an editor by using your Gmail or Google Docs account email. I'll click Share. And now you can see that my first account is the owner, my second account is the editor, and I can change that to owner, editor, or simply viewer. Now I'm going to quickly switch out of this primary account to the account that I just shared the document with. This will allow you to see what it's like when you share a document with your students or your students share a document with you. So as you can see, now I'm in the secondary account that I've shared it to, and there's the original content. You can see it was created by my primary account and shared to one more individual. And I can go into this document and add text. What I suggest doing if you're going to add text or comments into your students' documents is to use a different font color. Typically, I'll use red to indicate that it's my writing. Some teachers even choose to use different colors based on what type of feedback they're giving. So I'm adding content in red, and I'll save my updates to this document. Now I'm going to switch back to the original account that made the document, and you can see what it's like on that end. If you'll notice, the document is in bold now, which means that someone else worked on it and made updates. And I'll click on it, and there you can see my original black text that I left when I made the document from this account. This was my original comment. And then you can see the red text that was left by the secondary account, similar to what you would do with your students when you're leaving feedback for them. Thanks for watching this EdTech Teacher Google Docs video tutorial.